Hey, so in this video, I'm going to tell you how I was able to manifest over 20,000 sales in my business, okay? Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Yana Speaks. I am a manifestation psychic, and I help people to manifest their desires, okay? So I help people to manifest their dream career. I help people to manifest more finances in their life, and I help people to manifest what they want in their love life, okay? I am just a manifestation psychic, okay? So whatever it is that you want to manifest, you can come to me about it, okay? All right, so I literally wrote down everything that I did, and I always say it's in no particular order, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing I did was I understood that there is a skill or a gift that you have that people are going to pay you a lot of money to either teach them or do for them. So there is this man, his name is Russell Brunson. He is a man that has created like sales funnels, right? And I remember he had this challenge. It was like a free challenge. And I remember in a challenge, he always says something along the lines of like, you are one funnel away from being like a millionaire. And he basically explained to us that a lot of people think that you have to like be extremely like gifted, or you have to like learn this new skill set in order to make a lot of money. And he said you actually don't have to do that there's something that you already know, or some kind of gift that you have, that people will pay you a lot of money to teach them or to do for them, right? So let me just use an example of this. You know how to use a computer. That is a skill that people are going to pay you money to teach them. Now, you might be saying, to use a computer? Yes, because you have to think about it. There are older people out there that don't know how to use a computer. Matter of fact, I remember when my grandmother had passed away and we went to her house, she had a computer. And I remember one of my cousins was saying, oh yeah, grandma was trying to learn how to use a computer. Because my grandmother was from Jamaica. I believe she was born in the 50s, so they didn't even have computers back then. And then as she got older, she just wanted to know how to use a computer because the times were changing, right? So you may feel like you don't have a skill or a gift that anybody's going to pay you to teach them, but you do, right? Like, do you know how to speak another language? Do you know how to braid hair? Like, whatever gift or a skill that you have, somebody will pay you money to teach it to them. So that's the first thing. I want you to figure out, what are you really good at, or like what gift do you have? So I realized that, well, hey, I'm very intuitive, and I really love to help people. So that's what led me to start my spiritual business. So as long as you pick a business that you really love and you have a really good like skill or a gift, that is gonna work for you. Because I want you to understand this. Before this actual business that I'm in now, I was into other businesses and they did not do well. I completely failed in them because it wasn't really what I wanted to do. It wasn't really a skill set that I had. It was something that I was trying to learn, and it just wasn't working. All right, so that's the first thing I did. The second thing I did was, a part of me actually becoming a manifestation psychic, although I was intuitive and stuff like that, I still wanted to be able to help people, right? So there were still a lot of things I wanted to learn. So I did take a course on becoming a life coach, right? And one of the first things they talked about was limiting beliefs. Now, at this time, I had never really understand the concept of limiting beliefs or what it was or anything like that. I want you to understand that I grew up to two immigrant parents from Jamaica. I was born in the poorest city of Brooklyn, New York. There was a lot of things I did not know. So I was like, okay, teach me more about limiting beliefs. And limiting beliefs are just basically beliefs that limit you and restrict you from doing the things that you want to really do, right? So limiting beliefs like, I'm not good enough, not smart enough, I'm not talented enough, I can never make six figures, only lucky people can make that, only special people can make that, only celebrities can make that. These are limiting beliefs that limit you from doing the things that you want to do, right? And I want you to understand this. Your thoughts become your reality. I'm gonna keep saying, why? Because think of it like this. If you always think negative, and if you look at your whole entire life, right, and you've always had like just these negative thoughts or these beliefs about yourself, right? Don't you realize that pretty much all you've ever had in your life was just bad, right? It's because your beliefs become your reality. Everything that has ever happened to you is something that you have manifested, right? You are the operant power. You dictate your reality, nobody else but you, okay? So what I did was I worked on my limiting beliefs, right? I had to ask myself, where do these beliefs come from? Like, why do I feel like I'm not smart enough? Why do I feel like I can't be successful in spiritual business? Like, why is it that I think so-and-so could be successful, but not me, right? And then when I start to like write them down, I start to realize that these beliefs weren't true. And then I got rid of them. And when I say that they're not true, meaning like I can't prove that they're true, right? So I got rid of them and I started to create new positive beliefs, right? And that was literally what created the shift for me when it came to my business, right? Now, the third thing I did, which is to be honest with you, I got a psychic reading. Now, I really do believe that psychic readings are really good for anybody who just wants guidance on just different paths in your life, not just finances, but even love. And the reason why I say this is because psychic readings are kind of like a warning or a guide to what can happen. I want you to understand that the future is not set in stone, right? So when you get a reading, a lot of times the psychic or the tarot reader can tell you, hey, okay, like you might go to them and say, hey, am I on the right path when it comes to my business or to make more money in whatever it is I want to do, right? What I want you to understand is the psychic or the tarot reader can look into the path that you're on right now, and they could tell you, okay, yes, you are on the right path, right? If you keep going on this path, you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to be successful. But let's say they see that, no, you're not on the right path. They can literally actually tell you what you need to do to be on the right path, right? So that's what I did. And that really helped me because I would literally go to my, I have like a special psychic that I like to go to. There's like two of them, but there's one in particular that I love to go to her. And I go to her at least like once every 45 days just to get insight. And I feel like she has saved me time. Like just by her telling me, no, you're not on the right path, it has saved me time, basically wasting my time doing the wrong things in my business and just in life in general, right? Okay, so that's what I also did. Now, the next thing I did was I got a coach. Now, you might be saying, why do I need to get a coach? And I'm going to explain it to you like this, right? Sometimes people get upset when you tell them, hey, you have to get a coach, or you may have to get a course, or you might have to pay for some type of training. Some people may get upset and say, well, why do I have to pay for it? Why can't it just be for free? Think of it like this, right? Would you want to go to a doctor who got a free education that didn't pay to go to school? Or would you rather go to the doctor that actually did pay for school? You probably would go to the doctor that actually paid for school, right? Because they're going to probably be more knowledgeable. They probably took school a little bit more seriously versus the one that quote unquote got a free education, right? I want you to understand that anything that you do in life when it comes to your career, somehow, some way, you're going to have to pay for it, right? There's not a lot of careers out there where you don't have to pay anything. And to be honest with you, getting a coach is probably cheaper than going to college or getting a trade or anything like that, right? Now, you might be saying, well, that's not necessarily true. I could do certain things without paying. Yes, but somehow you're going to be paying. You're going to be paying with your time or actual money, right? So it's important to get a coach because the coach has the knowledge, right? The coach has the experience. They have the blueprint to tell you exactly what to do to grow your business and to avoid certain mistakes, right? Without getting a coach, you're pretty much having to guess what to do. You have to remember, more than likely, you have just been an employee. You haven't been a CEO, so you don't know the ins and outs of running a business. So it's just important to get a coach, right? And if you cannot afford a coach, try to find the cheapest course or training that you can find on running a business at least. Just try to further your education in some kind of way, okay? That's literally what I did. And honestly, and I'm just using an example here, I had one coach where I just paid $50 to learn a skill set from her that has literally helped me to generate over 20,000 sales in my business. So if you think about it, I paid her $20 to teach me a skill set that I will carry for me throughout my whole entire career as a business owner, right? So really $50 is nothing, okay? Now, the final thing that I did to help me to manifest making over 20,000 sales in my business was my self-concept. I had very poor self-concept. I didn't believe in myself at all, right? And your self-concept is your beliefs about yourself. It's tied to your limiting beliefs, believe it or not. It's a little different, but it's tied to it, right? So if I have poor beliefs about myself, I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I'm smart enough. I don't think I'm knowledgeable enough. I don't think that, I know what I'm talking about. Clients and customers, they're going to see that. They're going to feel that. And they're not going to want to buy from me, right? So you want to always work on your self-concept. You want to always constantly be trying to evolve, right? Over and over again. Okay. Now, if you did find this video helpful, please go ahead and like it and share it with somebody else that is struggling with their business, right? And if you would like to book a same-hour manifestation reading with me, where I can tell you what it is that you need to do in order to grow your business or just love or whatever it is that you're going through right now in your life, all the information to do so should be somewhere down in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one.